Okay. Dear students, welcome to the last part of the chapter, that is part 3, ISC Chemistry Redox Reactions. Today I will do two examples and show you how to balance ionic equations by the method which is called ion-electron method in acidic medium, and as well as another example in basic medium. I have already taught you in my previous video how to balance chemical equations by the oxidation number method. Here you can see on the board, I have written down a question: balance the following equation by ion-electron method in acidic medium. The ionic equation is given below: Cr2O7 minus 2 dichromate ion plus C2O4 minus 2 plus H plus, giving Cr plus 3 chromium ion plus carbon dioxide plus water. So this is the equation. Now what is the first thing to be done in this question? The first thing to be done in this question is copy this ionic equation once more. After that, write down the oxidation number of all the atoms which you find in these ions above these atoms. So what is to be done over here is, for the solution part, I write the ionic equation once more: Cr2O7 minus 2 plus C2O4 minus 2. This is the oxalate ion, this is the dichromate ion, plus H plus hydrogen ion, arrow, Cr plus 3 plus CO2 plus H2O. Now, after writing this ionic equation once more, now you work out the oxidation number of all the ions, all the atoms over here, all the atoms. So, the first one is in dichromate ion. In dichromate ion, if you look at the oxidation number of oxygen, over here, oxygen, we know oxidation number is minus 2. So there are 7 atoms. 7 2 ja, how much? Minus 14. If this is 2x, 2x is equal to plus 14. So x will be plus, it becomes plus 7. The oxidation number of chromium is, it is plus, not plus 7, it is plus 6. Let me work out. I will show you over here. It is, let it be x, it becomes 2x plus 7 into minus 2 will give you the overall charge carried by this dichromate ion is minus 2. So here we will get 2x minus 14 is equal to minus 2. This minus 14 goes the other side, it becomes plus 14. Plus 14 minus 2 is, it is plus 12. Now 2x is plus 12, so x becomes 12 by 2 is, that is plus 6. So the oxidation number of chromium is plus 6. Now in a similar manner, let us calculate and work out the oxidation number of all the atoms in this ionic equation. Over here, oxalate ion, oxidation number of oxygen is minus 2. The overall charge of this vertical oxalate ion is minus 2. So here, to find the oxidation number of carbon over here, again I write down 2x plus 4 into minus 2 will give me overall charge is minus 2. So we have over here finally 2x minus 8 is equal to minus 2. So x will be equal to, this minus 8 goes that side, plus 8 minus 2 is 6. 6 by 2 plus 6 by 2, so it comes to 3. You cancel this, it becomes 3. So oxidation number of carbon, it is plus 3. Check yourselves. It is plus 3. Oxidation number of carbon is plus 3. This is the calculation. You can watch it very carefully. After that, oxidation number of hydrogen ion. H plus ion is given there in the question over there. Oxidation number of hydrogen ion, it is plus 1 only. Nothing to worry, it is plus 1 only. Over here, oxidation number of chromium ion is plus 3. The same thing becomes oxidation number. In carbon dioxide, the oxidation number of carbon we don't know, we can calculate. For oxygen it is minus 2. There are 2 atoms of oxygen, so 2 2s are 4. So this becomes plus 4. Oxidation number of carbon in carbon dioxide is plus 4. And then in water, oxidation number of hydrogen is plus 1. Oxygen is minus 2. So first step is we have to write down the oxidation number of all the atoms present in the ions or whatever molecules in this ionic equation. After doing this step, the next step is we have to break this ionic equation into 2 halves. The oxidation half equation and the reduction half equation. So the half reaction corresponding to reduction process is given. The half reaction corresponding to reduction. How do you know that? Which one is the half reaction? Just check. Which element's oxidation number is decreasing? Chromium from plus 6 it is becoming plus 3. Carbon from plus 3 it is becoming plus 4. So dichromate ion is becoming chromium ion. So there is a decrease in oxidation number. So the half reaction corresponding to reduction is this one. So I will write down over here Cr2O7 minus 2 arrow, it gives Cr plus 3. This is the half reaction corresponding to reduction process. And at the same time what I can do is we can write down the half reaction corresponding to oxidation. The half reaction corresponding to oxidation process. Let us see which one is getting oxidized. Over here, the oxalate ion. In oxalate ion, over here, carbon oxidation number is plus 3, it is becoming plus 4. So, oxalate ion is becoming carbon dioxide. So, this becomes the oxidation half reaction. So, I will write this down. C2O4 minus 2 and then put an arrow over here and I can write down CO2. Why it is oxidation? Because the oxidation number of carbon is increasing from plus 3 to plus 4. That is why it is oxidation process. After writing this much, then we go to balance the reduction half reaction. This is the reduction half reaction. To balance the reduction half reaction, first is we have to balance the atom, that is chromium, chromium. First balance the atom other than oxygen. First balance the atoms other than oxygen. Chromium, there are 2 atoms. So what you do is chromium 2 atoms over here, chromium 1 atom. So first what you do is put 2 over here. Put 2 over here. To balance the reduction half reaction, first balance the atoms other than oxygen. Now we have to balance oxygen. Oxygen, there are 7 atoms. So in this method, ion electron method, to balance the oxygen atoms, please keep in mind that to balance oxygen atom we have to use water molecules in acidic medium. So I write down over here in acidic medium, because this reaction is happening in acidic medium. That is why in acidic medium, to balance oxygen atoms, we must use water molecules on the other side, and to balance hydrogen atoms, we must use H plus ions on the opposite side. Opposite side. This is a very, very important sentence. Please make a note of this. In acidic medium, to balance oxygen atoms, we must use water molecules. We must use water molecules on the other side, and to balance the hydrogen atoms, we must use H plus ions on the opposite side. So keeping this in mind, now I am going to write this half equation, reduction half equation once more down over here. Cr2O7 minus 2, put an arrow over here and write down twice Cr plus 3. Now the chromium atom is balanced, but oxygen, there is 7 oxygen atoms. So here I will put 7 water molecules, because oxygen is 7 oxygen is required, so that's why I put 7 H2O. But as soon as I put 7 H2O, I see that hydrogen has become 14. So I must balance the hydrogen also. So here I will put plus 14 H plus. Hydrogen is 14, that's why on the opposite side I will put 14 hydrogen ions. Now this equation is, this reduction half reaction is balanced with respect to the atoms. Hydrogen 14, oxygen 7, chromium 2. Only one thing is not balanced, that is the charge. This side, on this side, if you look at the charge, 14 positive charges, and over here oxygen, over here 2 negative charges. So 14 positive charges and 2 negative charges gives me how much? It gives me 12 positive charges. It gives me 12 positive charges. 14 plus minus 2 will give me 12 positive charges. So I need to balance the charges as well. To balance the charges, what I must do is, I must add, to bring down, to make the number of charges over here same. It is 12 positive charges, and this side it is 3 to the 6 positive charges. Over here it has become 12 positive charges, over here 6 positive charges. So to balance the charges on this side, left hand side, I will put 6 electrons. I will put what? I will put 6 electrons plus 6 electrons on the left hand side. So 14 positive charges minus 2 means 12 positive charge. 12 positive charge plus 6 electron will make it what you call 6 positive charge, and here it is 3 to the 6 positive charge. So now in this equation, reduction half reaction, everything is balanced. Everything is balanced. Now I go to the other side. The other side, if I see very carefully, the half reaction corresponding to oxidation process over here. 2 carbon atoms, carbon atom only 1. So I think we should balance the carbon first. So I'll put 2 over here. Now as soon as I put 2 over here, carbon is balanced. Oxygen is 4, oxygen is already 4. Now what is not balanced over here? It is charge. On the left hand side, there are 2 negative charges, but here there is no charge at all. So to balance the negative charge, I must put over here 2 electrons. Have a look. I must put on the oxidation process side, I must put 2 electrons. Now after putting 2 electrons, this oxidation half reaction is also balanced. It is also balanced. Now everything is balanced. Now what I will do? We must add the reduction half reaction and the oxidation half reaction, which is already balanced, and add them up mathematically. So to add them up, I am doing it over here. Cr2O7 minus 2 plus 14H plus 6 electrons, arrow, 2Cr plus 3 plus 7H2O plus this one I have to add. I'll write over here C2O4 minus 2, arrow, twice CO2 plus 2 electrons. Look at this. Now to add them up, it is very important to keep one thing in mind. In the reduction half reaction, which is already balanced, the number of electrons is 6. But in the oxidation half reaction, the number of electrons is 2. So we must make the number of electrons same. To make the number of electrons same, that means to make it 6 electrons, this one, I have to multiply the second equation by 3. If I multiply 3 into 2, it becomes 6 electrons. So this 3 multiplies here also, this 3 multiplies here also. So after multiplying by 3, we can add the two equations, and then we will get this way. Cr2O7 minus 2 plus 14H plus this 6 electron and this 6 electron we can cancel because they are on either side. Left hand side cancels right hand side. Plus this oxalate ion is 3. So I'll write over here 3. C2O4 minus 2, and then I'll put the arrow. Then I'll write this 2Cr plus 3 plus 7H2O plus twice CO2. Now our ionic equation which is given in the question is, it is balanced. I can rearrange this oxalate ion this side and write the 14 hydrogen ion that side. Never mind, it is correct in this manner also. We can check it once more. Chromium 2, chromium 2. Oxygen is 7 over here, plus over here 4 3s are 12. Just check. 4 into 3 is 12. 12 plus 7, how much? 19. Oxygen over here, 2 2s are 4. 4, check. 2 2s are 4. Just a second. Oh, this one I made a mistake. 3 2s are 6. This will be 6 over here. Carbon dioxide will be 6. I forgot this. It will be 6. So now check the number of oxygen atoms. 4 3s are 12. 12 plus 7, 19. 6 2s are 12. 12 plus 7, 19. Oxygen is also balanced. Hydrogen is 14. Hydrogen is 14. Carbon is 3 2s are 6. Carbon is 6. Now this equation which is given in the question over here, it has been balanced by the ion electron method, and this reaction is happening in acidic medium. The most important thing to note over here is, whenever such questions are given to you in the examination, first copy the ionic equation nicely and then write down the oxidation number of all the atoms above the element symbols in this manner. Then you break this into half reaction. The half reaction corresponding to reduction over here, the half reaction corresponding to oxidation over here. After separating them into reduction and oxidation process, now go back to the question, read carefully. It is an acidic medium, so you must note this sentence very carefully. In acidic medium, to balance oxygen atom, we must use water molecules on the other side, and to balance hydrogen atom, we must use H plus ions on the opposite side. But in basic medium, remember, to balance oxygen, we use hydroxyl ion. To balance hydrogen, we use water molecule. That is slightly different. That I will do in the next example. So, once you write the half reaction this way, now you can balance the chromium atoms this way. Balance the chromium atoms, and then once you balance the chromium atom, then you balance the oxygen. Balance the oxygen by putting water molecules, because there are 7 oxygen, put 7 water. As soon as you put 7 water, hydrogen becomes 14, so put 14H plus over here. After that, balance the charge. Balancing the charge is done by adding electrons on either side, depends where you have to add electrons. In a similar way, you also balance this oxidation half process this side. Carbon 2, make 2 over here, and then balance the charge. Over here it is minus 2, so put 2 electrons over here, so charge is also balanced. Now, add this equation and this equation over here mathematically in the final step. Make the number of electrons same. Here it is 6 electrons, here it is 2 electrons. So the second equation multiply by 3 to make 6 electrons, so that electrons cancel on the left hand side and the right hand side. After that, add the equation, but make sure you multiply. I made a mistake that time, 3 to the 6, so it becomes 6 over here. Okay, so now this is the final balanced equation by ion electron method in acidic medium. Now, my dear students, I will do one more example. To balance ionic equations by ion electron method in basic medium. Okay, let me write down the question first. Okay, now look at this second question. Balance the following equation by ion electron method in basic medium. The equation is already on the board. Please copy it down. Take your time and copy it down first. CrOH3 thrice plus IO3 minus 1 iodate ion. It is giving CrO4 minus 2 plus iodide I minus 1. In this question, I have already pre-calculated the oxidation number of the atoms, all the atoms in this ionic equation. Now look at the board very carefully. Chromium plus 3, oxygen minus 2, hydrogen plus 1, iodine plus 5, oxygen minus 2, chromium plus 6, oxygen minus 2, iodine minus 1. Now, again like the previous sum, here also you have to split this, break this ionic equation into two parts. Oxidation half reaction and reduction half reaction. So I am going to write down oxidation half reaction, oxidation half reaction process, and this side reduction half reaction for the given ionic equation. Now let us see which one is oxidation, which one is reduction. Chromium, it is changing from plus 3 oxidation number to plus 6. So definitely this is getting oxidized. So I will write down CrOH thrice, put an arrow over here, and then it is becoming chromium plus 6. So I will write down CrO4 minus 2 plus 3 is becoming plus 6. So that is oxidation half reaction process. And reduction, let us see, iodine from plus 5 it is becoming iodine minus 1. So this is there is decrease in oxidation number. So here I will write iO3 minus 1, put an arrow, it becomes I minus 1. So here it is decrease in oxidation number, so that is reduction half reaction process. Now, as I have told you earlier, in the previous numerical I have told you, for acidic medium to balance oxygen we use water, to balance hydrogen use hydrogen ions. But here to balance oxygen we have to use hydroxyl ions, and to balance hydrogen we are going to use water. So that I will write it down. In basic medium to balance oxygen atoms, use hydroxyl ions, and to balance hydrogen atoms, use water molecules. This is a very, very important sentence in the case of balancing chemical ionic equations by ion electron method in basic medium. So I have written down, in basic medium to balance oxygen atoms use OH minus ions, and to balance hydrogen atoms use water molecules on the opposite side, on the either side. So let us first balance this. Here chromium is balanced already, oxygen is 3, hydrogen is 3, hydrogen is not there over there. So what I do is I write down once more, CrOH thrice, put an arrow, I write over here CrO4 minus 2. Over here oxygen is 3, but oxygen is 4. Over here there is one less oxygen, so I will put 1 OH minus over here. Correct? So as soon as I put 1 OH minus over here, oxygen is 3 plus 1, 4. Oxygen is balanced, but hydrogen is not balanced. So hydrogen becomes 3 hydrogen plus 1, 4 hydrogen. So to balance 4 hydrogen, on the other side we have to put 4 water molecules. As soon as I put 4 water molecules, oxygen is increasing by 4. So I must add 4 more over here, 4 more hydroxyl. So 4 plus 1, I will have to make it 5 over here. Hydroxyl becomes 1 OH plus 4 more OH becomes 5. Now check. Hydrogen is 5 plus 3, 8. Hydrogen is 8. Done. This equation is balanced except for the charge. Now, over here on the left hand side of this oxidation half reaction, there are 5 negative charges. There are 5 negative charges, but here there are 2 negative charges only. So how will I make this 2 negative charge 5? I'll have to put over here 3 more electrons. I'll put 3 more electrons. So 3 negative charge plus 2 negative charge makes it 5, and here it is 5 negative charge, it is balanced. So charges also balanced in the oxidation half reaction. Now let us come over here. IO3 minus 1. So I'll write down this once more. IO3 minus 1, put an arrow, I minus 1. So iodine is balanced, I, 1 atom, but oxygen is 3. To balance the oxygen on the other side, I will put 3OH minus 1. As soon as I put 3OH minus 1 on the other side, oxygen is balanced, O3 over here, oxygen 3. But hydrogen has become 3. So here I will put 3H2O. As soon as I put 3H2O, I see that hydrogen is 6, but hydrogen is 3 over here, and oxygen is 3 plus 3, 6. So again I have to balance the oxygen. How will I balance it? By putting another 3OH minus 1. Now let us check. Now oxygen is 3 plus 3, 6. Oxygen is 3 plus 3, 6. Now hydrogen, 3 to the 6. Hydrogen is 3 over here, 3 over here. It is balanced now. Now this equation looks balanced. So what I can do is over here, I can remove one of these 3OH like this. Remove it and remove this 3 and write over here 6. 6OH minus 1. Now it looks better. Now the charges, I must balance the charges. On the left hand side, there is minus 1 charge. On the right hand side, 6 negative plus 1 negative, 7 negative. 7 negative charges. Here it is only minus 1. So I have to add over here 6 electrons. 6 electrons plus 1 negative becomes 7 negative. Here is 6 negative plus 1 negative, 7. Now it is balanced. So this equation I will write it once more to make things clearer. IO3 minus 1 plus 3H2O plus 6 electrons, arrow, I minus 1 plus 6OH minus 1. Now this reduction half reaction is also balanced with respect to all the atoms and with respect to the charges. Now I am going to add this equation and this equation mathematically. So let me write them once more. CrOH thrice plus 5OH minus 1, arrow, CrO4 minus 2 plus 4H2O plus 3 electrons, this is done, plus IO3 minus 1 plus 3H2O plus 6 electrons, arrow, I minus 1 plus 6OH minus 1. Now I draw a line over here and now I will check. In the first equation, in the oxidation half reaction, the number of electron is 3 electrons only, but here it is 6 electrons. We must make the number of electrons same. So to make the number of electrons same in both the equations, the first equation I will multiply by 2. If I multiply by 2, then this 2 will multiply everywhere. It becomes 2Cr. It becomes 5 2s are 10 over here. 10 over here. It becomes 2 over here. It becomes 8 over here. 8 over here. It becomes what? It becomes 6 over here. So I can remove this now. Now I can do the addition. Now before adding, I must check. 10 OH minus 1 on the right and left hand side. Over here it is 6 OH minus. So 10 minus 6 becomes how much? 4. So I'll write this equation in the final form. 2CrOH thrice plus, first I'll write this, IO3 minus 1 plus, there is 3H2O, there is 8H2O. So this will cancel. This will cancel. This becomes 8 minus 3 is 5. This becomes 5. Number of electron will also cancel. This will cancel 6. This will make it how much? It will make it 10 minus 6 is 4. So this is done. So after that I write 4OH minus arrow twice CrO4 minus 2 plus 5H2O plus I minus 1. Now this is the balanced ionic equation. Check it once more. Chromium 2, chromium 2. Oxygen is 3 plus 3, 6 plus 4, 10. Oxygen is how much? Just check properly. Oxygen is, 3 to the 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 plus 4, 13. 4 to the 8 plus 5, 13. That's correct. Now hydrogen is 3. 3 to the 6 plus 4, 10. Hydrogen is 10. Okay, now everything looks balanced. So this is how we are going to balance ionic equations by ion electron method in basic medium. So my dear students, I request you to practice these two again and again. These are the only two methods which will be coming. I will be giving questions to you all later on, like to practice on your own. Number of sums based on acidic medium, number of sums equation based on basic medium, 2 or 3 for practice. But I am doing only one example each for acidic medium, one example for basic medium, so that you understand these two sums properly, how to balance them. Then when I give you some more examples to solve on your own, then you will be perfect in getting the answers. Now, my dear students, I have completed this chapter. From my part, I want you to revise this chapter, whatever I have done in my 3 videos, okay? And then now the next chapter which I will be starting will be most probably either the S block elements or the P block elements. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.